computer's or the camera's a little off here. Let's see if I can adjust it just a hair. That might be a little. I'm gonna have to move this around. We'll get there. Okay, here comes my screen. I can now see me, and I remember to mute the computer for a change. So let's see if we can see some 5x5s. And as per normal, I'm trying to look around the camera here, and Healthy Disrespect says it. And we'll make sure we put the microphone on. Pennsylvania Mama Bear. And there come a bunch of them. All right. Good deal. Welcome to Saturday night, guys. It's been a long day. It's been a busy day. I apologize for not putting the link up until late, but that was when we got home. So that's when it got to happen. So, all right. I took a quick glance to see what's going on. Not a whole lot of excitement in the world today, which is good. I know everybody's paying attention to what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. You know, stories yesterday about the 101st Airborne going to Romania. And I guess there's some talk about the Polish border and the Baltic states border again, but as of right now, there's nothing going on, so not worth freaking anybody out. It is what it is. So we'll just kind of hang with that one, paying attention as always what's going on. If I find anything crazy, I'll let you know. But let's get into this drawing. So because I know that's why a lot of people are here, and it looks like we're still having people coming in. What do we got? 2,100 people in here right now. And it's just still climbing. So, all right. So I'm going to kind of remind everybody what's going on with this one. Okay, this is the EcoFlow Delta 2. This is the new model of the Delta 1300. And you saw the video, you know, the changes that were made. This one, again, is from Elliott and Wellbots bringing this to us. So as usual, they are helping out the family quite well here. If you win tonight, great. If you don't and you're interested in buying one, go back to the video from a few days ago. There's a $100 off coupon code there, so $8.99 for that, which is cheaper than you're going to find it anywhere online. So just saying. Now, I want to get into this real quick because, again, this has happened. And if you guys are here for the giveaway, you guys are, chances are, the ones that watch the videos when I do this. I say this for the 9 millionth time, guys. I am not on Instagram. I do not text people. When I say the drawing's on Saturday night, you're not going to get an email on Thursday saying you won, okay? Unless the comment under your comment or whatever says Pinball Preparedness. That's it. Not text me, not Instagram me, not nothing at just Pinball Preparedness, just like it says right underneath the video here on the screen. It ain't me. That's it, okay? So please, the only way you're ever going to find out you won something is being on a live stream. I don't email anybody saying they won. I don't text you. I'm not giving out my phone number, please. I know I've said this over and over and over again, and people still, they said to contact you that I won. A scammer did. That's it, okay? Don't lose money. All right, into the live stream. So I'm going to explain the rules because I looked at some of the comments and there's a lot of people that did not follow the rules, okay? The rules for this one were, A, you had to be here, no problem. B, you had to live in the contiguous 48 and you had to mention what state you lived in there. You also had to name a bucket list place you wanted to see. And I specifically said in the video, not a city or state. So if you wanted to see, if your bucket list is seeing the canals in Venice, you had to say the canals in Venice. You cannot just say Venice. That is not a valid entry. I want to go see, I don't know, pick something. Radio City Music Hall in New York City. That's cool. Going to see New York City, not a valid entry. I'm just telling you right now. Kenny Crowder, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Sorry, I got to poke my head around to see the computer because it's set up so I can do the drawing. But I want to get that out real quick. If somebody says, "But I had the answer," no. If you just put a city or a country or something, not a valid entry. Okay. And if you want to see Australia, had to be, I want to see the Sydney Music House or something like that in Australia. Just say it. Those were the rules, and I said that in the video. So hopefully that's not what the first name I draw is, but just in case, I'm going to tell you. When I draw a name, the person will have 3 minutes to comment they are here. Okay, it's all I need them to say, I am here in the comment section here on the side. That's it. Okay, if I don't see it in 3 minutes, I'm going to move on to the next person. What I ask of everybody else, what I beg of you guys, please, when we draw a name, do not comment while we're waiting for that person. I've already slowed the comments down to 90 seconds between comments for any of you, and y'all can see how fast it's still moving, okay? I want to be able, the moderators are looking for that name. I'm looking for that name. My daughter is sitting right here. She will be looking for that name, okay? We want to see it. Please give that person a chance to have their name seen. If it was you, you don't want to have it on there because that person's only going to have the chance again in 90 seconds too. And if I move on to the next name, that's it, okay? Please, 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 when I draw the name, do not make any comments until after we've said the person won, okay? All right, I hope we have all that. So it is what, about 9:06? What do we have? We're just about 3,000 people in here, 2,996. So let's flip on over here, and I will get this flip there. We will blow the screen up a little bit. I will adjust this. There we go. All right. So I have the link from the video from the other day right there in the center, okay? And we are going to see how many entries we have. I will hit fetch, and again, let's try to line this up a little better so you guys can see it. I'm going to shrink this. Trying to get a good size on there. It's still not good. Sorry about this, guys. I got to do this as best I can. All right. So we are not including replies. Like I said, it had to be in the original comment. And we're not allowing duplicates. Everybody gets one entry. That's it. So if you went in there and tried to make 15 comments, not going to matter. You only get one. So let's hit continue and see how many entries we have. And we will tick it on along. Making do, I see you say, of course, it's buffering. Well, hopefully, for me, I don't buffer. If the computer does, that's fine. But, we'll hopefully get this where y'all can see it. No, Robert Bates says no buffering here. Guys, give me a 5x5 real quick again. Make sure we're okay. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of 5x5s. Lucky Dame says 5x5. Teresa, New England. Okay, all right, good. All right. Thank you, guys. Looks like everybody can see me. All right, we can stop. Let's stop with the comments out real quick because I'm about to pick the winner, and we'll make sure everything's clear. I'll wait for the comments to slow down, and then I will draw the winner. Okay, guys, stop with the comments. I'm waiting. I'm waiting till the comments stop so I can pick a winner. All right, it looks like all right. Thank you, Lucky Dame. Here we go. And the winner is Mark S. Thanks for all you do for the community. I'm in Arizona. That's contiguous 48, and I would love to visit Mount Rushmore. That is a landmark. That is a good deal. So let me flip this over so I can see what's going on. And we go here. There we go. Mark S. You've already said you're here. I don't even have to do it. Cool. All right. Congratulations. Mark S., you have won the Delta 1300. So congratulations on that. Or Delta 2, I'm sorry, not the Delta 1300. What I will need you to do is email me your name and physical address and phone number. Wellbot sends everything FedEx, so I can't use post office box. It's got to come to a physical address. But if you get that to me over the weekend here, I will get it to Elliot Monday morning. They usually get stuff shipped out around Wednesday, so you should have this by the end of the week. But congratulations to Mark S. We have another winner. And yeah, guys, guess what? Be here next Saturday because I got another one for you coming up this week. Yup. We'll put Christmas presents under the tree. How about that? So yes, we've got another generator that I have already done the video for. We're ready to go, and that'll come out in a couple of days or whatever when I do it. The company told me I had to wait until they have all their stock, and then we'll be good, sir. All right, so let us get into the normal Q&A that we do on Tuesdays and Saturday nights. I will give everybody the rundown here. If you're old hat here, this is bathroom break time or time to grab a beer or do whatever. Tonight's beverage of choice is for Pennsylvania. It is Rolling Rock. So whether you're for Fetterman or Oz, you got definitely the lesser of two evils with that one because both of them are garbage. It's like, okay. So we're going there. All right. So give you kind of what we do. Thank you to my moderators for being here. First off, they do a great job of keeping the riffraff out. So if you came here to cause trouble tonight, figure you'll do it once. You'll never do it again because the moderators will toss you on your ass real quick. What we require here of everybody is respect. Okay. Difference of opinion is totally fine. I have no problem with that. Being rude or disrespectful to me or anybody else in the comments will get you tossed out of here faster than you can shake a stick. Okay, so please treat everybody as though you want to be treated yourself, and we'll all be fine. We're usually really good about that. If you have a question for me, what I ask is that you put it in all caps. Okay, there's 2,500 of you in here right now. There's one of me, so it makes it a lot easier for me to find the questions that are directed to me if you put it in all caps. However, I encourage you guys to certainly have conversations amongst yourselves. I don't have all the answers, not even close. Okay, I got a lot. Okay, on the things I know. The things I know, great. The things I don't, I'm going to tell you I don't know. But somebody else in here has the answers. So if you ask a question, pay attention to the comments as well, and have conversations in there to see about getting your questions answered. The other thing I'll tell you is I've mentioned to you guys freesteading many times, and the link is below the video down here for the freesteading.com page. If you want to connect with each other directly, on the freesteading.com page, you guys can connect with each other directly there. You don't have to go through me or anything like that. And that way, if you want to meet personally, like setting up a mag, or you want to trade seeds, or you just want somebody to talk to that you get along online or something like that, go over there and you guys can share all the information there, without having to have a middleman, or certainly don't share your email on a live chat. So, all right, so that's what we got going on. So let's get into the fun and games of everything. I noticed we had some super chats come through, and I wanted to say thank you for that. So Florida base, thank you. I always love the 1776 ones. Luke Thompson, thank you. Trouble is my middle name. I love you. Keep up the good work. I know Trouble seems to be my middle name too. Moonlight Gardener, when do you start your spring starts? Depending on the vegetable, the earliest ones that I'll be starting will be late January. But thank you guys for those super chats there. I appreciate it. If there was another one that I missed, I apologize. I thought there was something else that came through. I'm going to try to look real quick. Jen Relocated Texan, thank you as well. And I think that might have covered them all. Looks like it is. Okay, good deal. All right, so let's get into Q&A and see what's on y'all's mind tonight. We'll go through all the congratulations here. Daniel Pounders, do I ever plant by the phase of the moon? No, I plant when it's the right time for the plants to go in and the weather's accommodating and I've got the time to do that with, the 12 million other things I've got to do. I mean, I'm not going to look and go, gee, you know what? I've got free time today and the weather is perfect, but the moon won't be the right phase for 2 more days. I'm not worried about that. Okay. Some people may be. Okay. I try to do things by convenience. Lucky Dame, you're killing me. Let's see. Okay. It's Rex. How do you confirm the person emailing you is actually Mark S? Win a prize and you'll find out. That's it. Simple as that. James Thomas, Pinball, does your daughter have a hat like yours? Do you have a fedora? No, she does not. Is your daughter called Pinball Junior, PB and J? Okay, Cheryl, you win. That's cute. You win the smile of the night. That one's cute. T Swart 69. Why do you think the real reason the Prime Minister resigned in the UK? Are we that screwed? Because she came in with this tax cut, which sounded like the thing the people wanted to hear, but it wasn't what the market wanted to hear. And the market was instant reactionary, where taxes are, at least a couple of months. So she wasn't popular in the first place. She wasn't who the people wanted as prime minister. So they were going to find any reason they could. And that was just a train wreck waiting to happen. So, but yeah, no. Are we that screwed? Britain's in a world of hurt, guys. Okay. Lorelei, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Britain's screwed with their economy. I mean, we know what's happened with the pension plan out there, with the bond funds and everything. Great Britain's economy is, well, all of Europe's economy is getting near collapse. So we'll see what happens there. But now Britain's got the problem with blackouts in the winter because they don't have any natural gas. And of course you have the French bitching at us saying, oh, gee, the United States is charging us too much for natural gas. Well, gee, I'm sorry. It's a little bit more expensive to ship stuff over the ocean on a ship than it is for a pipeline. And, oh, just in case you didn't know, we have a shortage of natural gas here too. So anything that we send you just puts us at more higher prices here for our people. Gee, I'm sorry, but last time I checked, we aren't required to help you. Leo Wife 93. Is it true Russia's under martial law? And I want to see if I can find that again because I couldn't read the whole question. There we go. Is it true Russia's under martial law? Congrats on your daughter looking at PA schools. How exciting. Unless something's changed this afternoon, the only thing that is under martial law are the 4 territories of Ukraine that Russia has said that they are annexing. Okay, so Lugansk, Donetsk, that whole, the eastern portion of Ukraine that Russia says is now our territory. Those are the only ones that were under martial law, unless something's changed today. And again, that's where all the fighting is going on. So yeah, that makes complete sense that those would be under military law as opposed to a civilian government, because you've got 2 civilian governments that are both claiming rights to the territory. That doesn't quite work too well. So, military rule is what's taking place over there. Warrior Cheryl Ann, thank you for the super chat. Lori Wells, thank you as well. Now I got to go back to see where we are here. Try to roll this down. I scrolled up, so. Miranda Babcock, do you think it's safe to eat some potatoes that got sun on them and are green? Just peel the skin. Don't just cut off the green parts. The rest of the potato is fine, but cut off the green parts. You know, I mean, I can't tell you how bad it is for you or anything like that. I'm not a botanist, but cut off the green parts and eat the rest of it is fine. Let's see. Prepping for heaven. Funny how the number of people watching is dropping swiftly, isn't it? Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I do some of the things I do, like I have it's subscribers only, why you have to answer these questions, because you get these people that just go enter contests, wait to see if they won, and that's it, and they leave. And I want this stuff to go to community members, family members, people that actually prep. You know, I'm not looking to put a generator in a pawn shop somewhere. I'm looking to put it in somebody's house to save their life. Gizmo, what lamp oil is the best for an antique oil lamp? I use lamp oil, okay? Don't use diesel fuel, don't use kerosene, anything like that. I know some people say you can do it, you know, you don't put lamp oil in your car, don't put gasoline in your lamp. All right, just simple as that. But I mean, as for what lamp oil, whatever lamp oil you can find, as long as it's lamp oil. Lieutenant Frank Drebin, can we ask questions about you to your daughter?
I don't want to be on camera, but I'll answer.
She said she doesn't want to be on camera, but she'll answer. So we'll see what the questions are. Let's put it that way. Let's see. World According to Ian, what is your favorite news source? I've got, I mean, so many of them. I mean, it depends. I mean, I kind of look at some of the aggregate ones, like Zero Hedge is an aggregate, because it makes it easier for me to find stories from other places. Censored News, I can find the headlines on one page from 30 different news sources. But I mean, whether I look at Breitbart or Sky News or Fox News, or, you know, I mean, I probably look at, by the time all said and done, 50 different news sources and look through and see what's going on, you know, and then it's a rabbit hole. It's like, oh, stories from here, but where's their source from, you know, and then what's that source from? And then, you know, all of a sudden you find it's a dead end and it's like, oh, my anonymous source told me. It's like, okay, bullshit, and never go anywhere. So, spin, crochet, repeat, RCC. Would parking under a metal carport do anything to protect the car from an EMP? Nope, absolutely not. Actually, probably make you more susceptible to it because you're under a metal carport. Maverick says, evening all from North Carolina. Let's see. Michael Garrett, suggestions for a good 12-volt deep well water pump. You're gonna have to ask somebody else in here. I don't have an answer for you. Laura Story, thanks for all the giveaways. Gives some of us a minute of fun. Yeah. Well, I hope it's a minute of fun, and I hope it is, you know, something that you guys can use. I mean, I put the question up the other day on the community board of, you know, what things are you guys looking for that are either out of reach financially or hard to find or whatever. And it seemed like the overwhelming answer of things that people were looking for were generators. So, you know, at that point, that told me, okay, good. I'm talking to the right types of companies to get the right types of things in your hand that I can. Hexer1, I've heard channels say if you just stock things and don't organize it, you're a hoarder. So officially, I've set up my shelving last night and this morning. I'm a real prepper now. I feel great. I think that's kind of pushing it a little bit. But I mean, you know me, I am very keen on organization, because how do you know what you need if you don't know what you have? You know, and I mean, in any sort of situation, it's like, oh my God, the power went out. Where's my generator? Where's my flashlight? That doesn't do anybody any good. Okay. And in any sort of NBC type thing, the last thing you want to do is go, where's my gas mask? Kind of need to know what some of that stuff is. Okay, so organization's key. Rotating your food, that sort of stuff. If you're not organized, there's no way you can do that. And hey, it's great that you got 50 cans of Spam there, but if they're all spoiled, it doesn't do you any good anymore. So can 94, what's 5x5 mean? Loud and clear. Means everybody can hear me and see me when we start the videos. Means I didn't screw up anything technologically. What grow lights do you have? I can't even tell you what the brand is. If you go back and watch a video, it's in the gardening playlist. If I remember correctly, it's called Let There Be Light. And I talk specifically about what kind I have and why I specifically have those. Okay. I do not have the grow lights, the red and blue ones, to grow mature plants in the house, because I don't grow my mature plants in the house. I use my lights for seed starting, so there's no reason to buy the ultraviolet and infrared grow lights. But you've got to have the Kelvin and everything like that correct. Otherwise, you're using useless lights. Waldo says, welcome to the Daughter of Pinball. Let's see. Glenwad, enjoy watching your vids while at work. Makes my shift go by faster. Well, I hope that you're not doing something where, gee, sorry, boss, I'm watching a YouTube video. Let's see. Firefox, why no Yingling? Just because I had a taste for something different. Y'all were asking me what kind of beers I liked. I was at the store the other day. I was like, I'll get Rolling Rock this week. So, John Franks, do I think Putin's martial law is to enforce his drafts? Not at all, because technically the martial law is in Ukraine, even though Russia's claiming it as their territory now. The people there aren't worried about being drafted. They're on the front lines, so it's not a big deal. They're not going, oh, gee, you know what? It doesn't matter to me. It's like, duck, honey, as we're watching TV, there's bullets coming through the window. Yeah, I don't think they're worried about being drafted. They're in it. Billy says, Billy Pollard, boot the riffraff. Yep, got to get rid of them. Shane Matson, do I have a backup channel? You must be new. Okay. You got Pinball Prepping and then Revenge of Pinball are the two backups. And if I ever have to get to the third one, but I've got it. That means I'm getting in a lot of trouble. Who's a daddy? Rolling Rock is from St. Louis now. It still says Latrobe Brewing on the can. So unless Latrobe Brewing moved to, yeah, there ain't no way in the world I'm reading this in the dark. So, yeah. Eagle Eyes over here is going to see where this is brewed. Okay. Can I introduce my daughter? Yeah, she's sitting right here, and I'm there's a hand. How about that? So, Hillbilly, Rolling Rock is good beer. I wish I'd get it in Texas. Yeah, no. That I wish I could get Leinenkugel in Tennessee. I can't, but at least I can get this. I can get Yingling, and I can get Shiner Box. So I'm doing pretty good. Storm Chasing Gal, Pinball, go Vols. Yeah, we beat Tennessee Martin today. Yep-de-do. That was difficult. Mount St. Mary's could have beat Tennessee Martin, but it is what it is. Jessica G, thanks for the seeds. My tomato plants are doing incredible here in Zone 10A. Yeah, I was going to say, at this point, in Zone 10, you're easily still growing. Not a problem there. Let's see if I can get this with the thing off the screen. And of course that didn't work. Michelle, I saw you asked a question. I'm trying to find it, but it was blocked on half of here. And let's see if I didn't lose it. I might have. Yep, I did. Wolf Fang, how is their martial law? Anything like here? I can't answer that one specifically. I mean, martial law is kind of an overall universal term, okay? But I can't tell you what goes on in Russia, Ukraine. I've never been in the Russian military, or I've never been in Ukraine in my life. So, Christopher Meyer, how cold is it there? It was actually a nice day today. It was 61 when we came home about 7:30. It is 55 here right now. So, it was a nice day today. We want to see PBJ. God. Pinball Junior, PBJ. I love it. Blue Raven, do I recommend freezing rice before vacuum sealing in jars? Yes, though if you're going to vacuum seal it, that's going to kind of do the same thing. The whole point of doing it is to kill any bugs or eggs or larvae or whatever's in the rice. If you vacuum seal it and suck all the air out of it, you're going to do the same thing. Nothing's going to survive with no oxygen. Again, better safe than sorry. I'd rather do it before I seal it, but if you don't, if you're going to vacuum seal it, you're going to be fine. Lisa Preps, I'm in London right now visiting. Was a big protest in London wanting to rejoin the EU, a huge mark on Trafalgar Square. I don't know why. I mean, London's a disaster, Great Britain's a disaster economically right now, and it's not like the EU's going, look at us, everything's going wonderfully. They're going, we're screwed too. So, yeah, I don't know. It's the EU was a disaster waiting to happen. Anybody with a brain knew it wasn't going to work. Okay, it just takes a while. And, the fact that you have people that aren't intelligent, let's put it that way, wanting to rejoin it. Hey, it's failing. Let's go join a failing economy. That tells you about the common sense and the brains they have. Critter lover Jesse, what family does Mrs. P have in Russia, and how are they doing during this mess? She's got a cousin and her nephew, and his nephew. That's literally her only family there. She's got friends back there, but I mean, remember I told you both Mrs. P's folks are gone and she was an only kid. So it's not like she has a large family or anything like that. But she does have her cousin and nephew, and we have told them that if they do decide to get out of Russia, to come here, if they can, and literally that's a matter of going to Mexico City and walk north. It's not like it's real difficult to get across the U.S. border. But we don't get a whole lot of news because, again, they're monitored over there on what they're saying. I mean, not only social media, but their emails, phone conversations, whatever. And I mean, you say something against the war over there, you'll get thrown in jail. So it's hard to get information. A Cushnet Prepper, hey Pinball, do I ever eat French onion soup? I like French onion soup. I haven't had it in forever, but yeah, I like French onion soup. I'm still Bob Ethrickson. I'm still there for the hat. Let's see. You already answered that one. Okay. Catherine Smalley, how to store sweet potatoes or other potatoes for planting next year? I get asked this question quite often, and I've said it many times. I did a video. Again, it's I think it's in both the DIY playlist and the gardening playlist on how to make your own root cellar. Simple, out of a galvanized metal trash can. That's going to be the best way that you're going to store sweet potatoes, carrots, beets, rutabagas, turnips, anything like that over the winter. I mean, again, they'll last long enough there that by the time you're ready to start rooting them, which sweet potatoes, you're going to start working on that late January. Yeah, if you've got your root cellar made, put them in there, somewhere that's cool, around 50 degrees, dark and dry is where they need to be. T-Bone, what are my thoughts about a Mr. Heater as a secondary heat source if you lose power? Absolutely, that's a good idea. It depends on the size of the space you're trying to heat. But I mean, a Mr. Heater is sufficient for heating a room. I mean, even the little buddies or whatever it is, that's sufficient for heating a room. And just figure out what room is going to be most necessary for heat. My guess would be it'd probably either be a bedroom or maybe the kitchen area. But just figure whatever room you're going to want to heat with something like that, that's where you're going to spend all your time. So, no sense to heat a bedroom if you're not going to be in it all day. If you're going to, but yeah, I mean, Mr. Heater or Little Buddy, something like that, absolutely a good idea. Just make sure you have the propane for them. Who's the daddy? We're still here, faithful watchers. Yeah, I know a bunch of you guys are. HJS video, could you start doing the drawings at random times during the live stream? If you don't want to, it's your show, your rules is fine. I've thought about that, but it's easier to get into do that, get into a rhythm. And I understand that, some people can't. I mean, I try to keep as standard as possible. So that way people, I mean, if they don't want to stick around for the rest of the live stream, I'm sorry, that's their loss. I mean, I personally think that there's a lot of good information that is shared, not only from me to you, but from you guys to me and other way, and amongst yourselves. If they don't want to stick around for the information, that's on them, because eventually you're going to need a lot of what we talk about. And if people don't care to learn, hey, sorry, that's your problem. Okay, here we go, down to the bottom again. Maybe, there we go, back up to the top. Robert Bates, Pinball, did you get your goji berries planted? Mine are giving berries after 2 months in their beds. I've still got them in pots because with everything that we had going on in the backyard this year, I did not have any time to put them in the ground. And then doing my research on them, what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to plant them in planters instead of pots because of the way my backyard is. I want to keep them more like bushes rather than, I mean, goji berries can get enormous. So I want to keep them somewhat trained a little bit. I've still got them. They're still doing fine. They're still in the small pots, leafed up. They're in the house now. Even though they're perennials, they'll do fine in the winter if I didn't put them out. But I'm working on getting stronger roots to them and everything like that. So when I put them in pots in the spring, then they can take off. Mountain View Homestead Life. I just want to say thank you to Pinball and Wellbots. It was my husband, Mark, who won, so we are very excited. Well, there you go. Good deal. Yes, Teresa Pinball uses a vape. What are you laughing at? Weird. What flavor e-juice am I vaping on? I got honeydew, strawberry, nicotine salt. There you go. I make my own e-juice. I actually did a video one time on making my own. So I'm doing a clone of mother's milk right now. Making do you like big mouth Mickeys? I drank way too many playing the puzzle. I haven't had a Mickey's probably since high school, maybe college. But it's like, yeah, I mean, I remember the days of drinking Mickey's and Colt 45 and whatever was the cheapest thing we could get. When I was down in Texas in the Army, I remember we were buying Texas Pride. For those of you guys down there, it was $1.99 a 6-pack. It was like, okay, cheap. Let's see. Michelle Carpenter, any experience with smudge pots? Worth the money, best uses. That's going to be a question for the group. I've never used one, do not have any experience with them whatsoever. Let's see. Jennifer Sutter is a PB&J. Tall like you. How tall are you?
5'8".
5'8". Okay, so not as tall as me, no, but she's not short by any means. Roger Goodman, same question. It's Dr. Pinball. Not yet. Yarn Prepper, we had snow on Monday and 77 today. Mother Nature needs her meds in Wisconsin. Angel Dupree, is your daughter a prepper? No, she's still getting the original stuff that you need in life. This is it. I mean, we're telling her we'll send her home with a care package of some food and things like that, so she's got some stuff. But I mean, when you're still trying to start your life, it's pretty hard to prep at the same time. So Kelly Herzl, can we still freeze the rice if it's already in a Mylar bag? Yeah. I don't see why not. I mean, it's not a problem, but it'll kill anything that's in there, which is the whole point. So, PB and J. Now that nickname is gonna stick. Oh God, no pun. You guys are terrible. SF, where to buy Mylar bags? Now Amazon does not sell them. I get mine from a company called discountmylarbags.com. They're fine. Go there. It's easy. Prep Rebel, I totally respect your daughter's choice not to be on camera. She rocks. There you go. So, Pinball, what do you think about using DE and rice and beans for long-term? Why? Diatomaceous source. Why bother? I mean, you shouldn't have any bugs in there in the first place. So, if you freeze your flour, freeze your rice, whatever it would be, and then you're going to put them in Mylar bags, there's going to be no oxygen. There's no reason to waste the DE for it. Okay. Julie Potter, if there was martial law in the United States, what would happen during it? I've never lived during one. Nobody else has either. Last time we had martial law in the United States was after Pearl Harbor, and that was only in Hawaii. And I will tell this again to anybody that says, no, we were never under martial law in Katrina. I don't care what anybody says. It never happened. Okay. Sorry. You can go look that up all you want. There was no martial law during Katrina. What will happen? That all depends on the levels of martial law we go into. Basically, what it is the military takes control of law enforcement as opposed to your local sheriff, and the military is making any decisions on what's going on in government. So, they could say we have curfews. They could say you can't use this road, whatever would be. You also have at that point, you're losing a lot of your constitutional rights because now if you commit a crime, instead of being tried in a court, you are tried in a military tribunal. So, but again, this all depends on how extensive a martial law we wind up under. Lake Lizard, for you. Did you ever dream your dad would be such a blessing to so many people?
That's what you want to call it.
Okay, there's our answer. If that's what you want to call it. Okay. Marquita Weaver, have you tested solar ovens or considered one as a giveaway? I showed you how to make one, okay, out of an old satellite dish. I mean, as for spending money on it, no. I mean, it's like buying a rocket stove. No, okay. Why am I going to spend $100 on something I can make for $5? Okay, and that works just as well. Again, buying gear is not always the answer. Especially you've got to be creative on how to do some of this stuff without Amazon. I mean that's about it. But no, I mean buying a solar oven, no, that's just a waste of money. You can take a cardboard box and wrap it in aluminum foil, and you've got a pizza box, and you've got a solar oven that's no worse, no better than the one you're going to spend $100 for on Amazon. Diana Midkiff, do I use brake bleeder for vacuum sealing your jars? No, I just use my attachment for my vacuum sealer. Works fine. Jeremy Wenninger, percentage of cash, gold, silver, and why? My thoughts are going to be different than everybody else's, okay? And whether or not people say it's feasible, I mean, I've told you guys this before, and some people say, there's no way I can do that, that's crazy, whatever. My personal thought, 6 months worth of your bills in cash in your house, okay? If your monthly bills are $2,000, you need to have $12,000 in cash at home. Simple as that, Okay. And if somebody says, oh my God, there's no way I can ever do that. I'm just telling you, this is my thought. Okay. Gold, silver, and why? Rule of thumb in the investment world is to have about 5 to 10% of your assets in precious metals. In the economy we're in right now, my suggestion is more closer to around 20. Okay. Again, why? Because it's your protection against a collapse of fiat currency. Okay. We don't know if fiat currency is going to collapse. I know everybody says, oh my God, it's going to. We don't know what's going to happen. Okay. This is why we prep. We prep for the worst and hope for the best. Okay. If it happens, you want to be prepped for it. If it doesn't, you don't want to have all your eggs in a basket, have everything in gold and silver, and you can't pay your bills. Okay? Just saying. Could that number change? Always. All right. Then how much do you have? Okay. If you got 20%, my personal rule of thumb is 1 ounce of gold for every 100 ounces of silver I have. Okay. I do 100 to 1 ratio. It's just easier for me, and that way I've got a decent balance. Mama T prepping. I changed my thumbnail just to show you my new shirt. Hope you like it. It's my new favorite. It's so tiny I can't see it. I don't know if I can. That doesn't blow up, does it? Whoops. The thumbnail. No, that doesn't work. I can't. It doesn't blow up well enough that I can see what it says. Let's see. Where were we? Go back to the top up here. Okay, that's where we were. Autumn West. So does she look like you or Mom? A little of both. She's got both of us in her, certainly. Tashay Adam Burhane, do you and PB and J ever go shooting together? I keep asking her to. She seems to a little bit warming up to it. You know, it's not an adamant no, but we still have not done it. No. Good morning, Venezuela. A well-rounded person is prepped for SHTF. They are also prepped for when things go well. Exactly. Okay. You have to live your life. You have to be prepped for the things to go to shit, but you can't focus so much on that you don't enjoy life while you have it. You've got to do both. Okay. North of the 52nd, any plans on another get-together? Well, the one that was today, obviously, that kind of fell apart. So I really haven't given it much thought. We'll see what happens. I'm not even going to think about it over the winter, that's for sure. So we'll figure something out toward the spring, see what happens at that point. I mean, with everything that's going on in the world, guys, we have no idea what happens by the time we wake up in the morning. It's pretty hard to make plans for much of anything. White collar prepping did not get reminders of the live stream, but it's okay. I'm here. I mean, for 2 straight years, I've been here every Tuesday night at 8 and every Saturday night at 9. So even if you don't get the reminders, you know I'll be here. I mean, the only time I've missed maybe I've missed 2 live streams, and both I told you. One was when we paid off the house, and the other one was when I had poison ivy really bad, and I let you guys know I wasn't going to be there. It wasn't like I just didn't show up. Mama Vic, can you use a rocket stove in the winter? Sure, why not? I mean, the only time you're probably not going to use it is in a hurricane, you know, but yeah, I mean, fire burns in the winter, so it's all you need. Daniel Murray Fitness, second attempt. Proper way to store dry pet food kibble. Proper way to store dry pet food kibble. My answer, don't. Kibble will go rancid in between about 6 and 9 months. Okay. It's not a long-term prep. Canned dog food will be a long-term prep for you. Kibble is not. I've also done a video. It's I think it might even be in the cooking video on how to make dog food for your dogs, but don't try to stockpile on dog chow or anything like that. The oils in it go rancid. So not a good thing to store. Greta Rank, what is the picture over your shoulder? I see it all the time. Just so curious. That's Mrs. P's wall of her religious icons. The one you can see there in the corner is St. Nicholas. No, not Santa Claus. St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas. Okay. Tony 7487488. Amazon does sell Mylar bags. Yeah, they just sell, what is it, the colored ones they now don't, or something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Where else are we? Good morning, Venezuela again. Have cash, physical assets, and a good line of credit as well. More options are better. Yeah, I'll give you that all across the board. Okay. Uh, you know, like you say, physical assets, that could be gold and silver, that could be brass and lead, that could be fuel, that could be food, that could be land. I mean, yes, anything that somebody else may want from you is an asset. Pinball, coin or rounds for our silver and gold? Personal opinion. Okay. Rounds, they're cheaper. Okay. I'm not buying silver coins or gold or anything like that for the numismatic value, for the collectability of it. Oh, I've got silver eagles or I've got maple leafs or whatever. I don't care. You've got 1 ounce of silver. I've got 1 ounce of silver. In an SHTF event where you might be using that for currency, they don't care what picture's on it. They care what the weight of the metal is. So, personally for me, I'm buying it for the metal content, not for the collectability. Julie Higdon, would it be safe to use a Coleman camper stove indoors? No. Carbon monoxide. Okay. Close the arc. Do I Faraday my solar generators? I don't have Faradays for anything. And as I've said before, I just haven't got around to making them or whatever. And again, I can't tell, nobody can tell you if they're going to be effective or not. What I can tell you is, in a worst case scenario, either way, they're not going to work. In a best case scenario, if you got Faraday cage, maybe it works. Okay. But no, I mean, would I, if I ever get around to building them? Yes. Do I have them now? No. I'm not going to tell you I got them because I don't. We just shot down to the bottom here again. Where are we? Okay, that's where we started. Hang on, I gotta find where we are. Amazon sells Mylar bags. Gold or silver, camper stove. Recumbent revolution. How do you pay your bills with cash if the system is down anyway? Because can you hear me?